Welcome back. This is the roof going down. Woo! Shine on that as well. Apologies for this the fleece, I'll cover it over. There we go. Engine on. Cool. So here we go. So these 1.8 engines, I think they're about 120 brake horsepower. Apologies if I've got that wrong. I've had about 4 of these models, but I've never had the slightly more powerful 2-litre one, 135 brake horsepower, which have got a bit more mid-range power as well. But this one is sort of enough power for everyday life. Obviously you've got power steering and 4 electric windows and so forth as well. But straight away, as soon as you get into it, it's actually a really nice car to drive. This one with the filter and the exhaust sounds a bit like that. Which always puts a smile on your face. Handling wise, they do handle quite well. The 306 sort of chassis was always a pretty decent one, but with this one, they're not exactly a performance car, but it's just nice having the right amount of power, and the ride's really comfortable as well. I've drove one of these all the way from Sheffield to Wales and done some quite long journeys, which is quite nice. The back seats are okay. I do have own a lot of 207cc's and 307s, and these have got decent space in the back as well. It is a 4-seater. The other thing I noticed about this car is it's surprisingly good on fuel. The other car I used to run before this was an Audi TT 225 convertible with baseball leather, and they are kind of a bit frisky on fuel, but with this one, 20 quid in the tank and you do get about 140 miles, which is kind of nice. Not that I drive it particularly steadily or slowly, because it's not my main daily driver. But 5-speed gearbox, the shifts are really sort of nice and clean. One thing to look out on these cars is the clutch. If you've got a heavy clutch pedal, it normally leads to a clutch replacement rather than the actual clutch cable going on them. But it's easily rectified, and they're actually quite easy to work on, and it's not exactly a complicated job. Another thing on these is the heater matrix tends to sort of fail on them, and again, this one's had 2 fitted, one in 2014, and the last owner had the pleasure of doing it again. It is potentially a dash out to fit the heater matrix, but the last owner did tell me that he had a Peugeot technician have a look at it and actually move the dashboard forward and then actually fit the heater matrix. Not a job you want to do too often, to be fair. Performance wise, I won't mention the road 60 times because it's not that great, but it's not that sort of car. But driving it about, it's just absolutely fantastic, especially in this weather, and because this has got the slightly more raspy exhaust. And that filter, it just makes it an absolutely pleasure to drive if we can get the right turn. Also, the interiors on these cars tend to last quite a bit longer as well. They're actually a real good sort of quality. Also, it's a nice place to sit. I've had a 1.6 auto one of these with half leather, that was okay, but with the auto box they're a bit gutless as well. But I'd love to have a 2-litre, which is the 135 brake horsepower engine. Also, quite a few people used to put the 306 GTI 6 engine in these as well. I mean, that was quite entertaining, and a couple of them have been transferred to diesel engines, and also the 3-litre V6 from the Peugeot 406. Quite a few people have been putting some of them in, but they're getting a bit rare now as well, these cars, so you don't tend to find a lot of them on the market. I know they used to be quite 10 a penny, but now if you look in the Auto Trader or eBay and so forth, they are getting quite rare. well, that's the review on this car. It's not quite a review, it's just a bit of thoughts and observations on it. Let me know what you think in the comments, it'd be nice. Thank you.